Hi everybody, it's Cindy the Scrapologist, and I just did a video in the Make a Junk Journal video series that I'm doing on sewing on paper. And so since I have my sewing machine set up on my work desk, I figured I would just do another video. Any of the sewing type videos I'm going to do while my machine is here because this was a real pain to rearrange everything to get this up here and move my camera and all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do another one while I have it here. This particular video in the whole series I'm using a junk journal kit that's available in my shop. This is a part of it, but you can use your own supplies certainly. But this video is specifically meant for people who are using this kit too, because I'm going to show how to use the supplies in it. So for what I'm going to do right now is, if you have the kit, take out this Kraft paper that's inside, or if you don't have the kit, any kind of thicker cardstock will do. This is fix the light here. This is a pretty kind of a thicker Kraft paper. So let's take out one of these and we're going to make some tags. For tags in junk journals, well, the junk journal that we're doing in this series is 5.5 by 8.5. So for that size junk journal, I typically like my tags to be about 2.5 by 4 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down. Yeah. 2.5. So we should be able to get 5 or 6 tags out of this sheet of paper if we cut 2.5 this way. Okay, so cut 2.5 this way. I'm going to have to do that off camera. I don't think I can get this up here. No. Well, let's see. Hold on. Move this a little bit. I still don't think you're going to be able to see the whole thing, but okay, so 2.5 the long way. By 4 3/4. Now, since the paper is already creased, I cut the 4 3/4, and then obviously you're going to turn it and cut the 4 3/4. But keep this piece. We'll probably use that for something. You know me, the Scrapologist. I don't throw anything away, so keep this. Put it back in your kit. So that's about what they look like, 2.5 by 4 3/4. We are going to be doing some sewing on these tags, but I'm going to show you some alternative things to do if you don't have a sewing machine or you just don't want to sew. Not everybody's into sewing, but you can get the same look doing some other things. So I'll do one without the sewing machine too. So that's good. We're going to get 6 tags out of that one sheet of paper. Yay. Okay. Move this back over here without bumping the camera, hopefully. And sorry, I'm just trying to fix my recording here. Okay, good. Sorry, everything's all moved around, and so I need to keep checking in on the camera to make sure it's still recording. All right, so we've got some tags cut. I do have a Where is it? Oh, a crocodile that has the angle. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that with the way my camera lighting is right now. No, but it says angle up here, and I am using this, but certainly you can just take some scissors and cut off your two corners. Easy enough. Okay. I need to clean that out. It's dropping bits everywhere. Oops, sorry. I keep bumping the camera. It's in a place I'm not used to it being. Okay. And then just getting my hole punch. And we'll just punch some holes in the middle. You can just eyeball it. Okie doke. So now I gathered a few scraps that I had from some old Tim Holtz paper. Some of this is you do have some Tim Holtz images in the kit, so you can use those, or you can use some scraps that you have around. So I really liked this guy. This is an old vintage photograph. I think I'm going to cut that off, and it needs to be 2.5, so I'm going to have to trim him down a little bit. And again, sorry I have to do this off camera. 2.5. Actually, I wanted a little under 2.5. Probably have like 1/8 of an inch border on each side. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and let me just cut it down. And then I'll give you the measurement in a minute in case you're following along. Okay. Let me zoom in, see if that's gonna. That's too much. There, I think that's good. Okay. There we go. Everything's kind of at a funny angle. I apologize, but it's the only way I could get my sewing machine up here. So I cut out an image that measures 2 3/8 by 4. And we're going to put that on there. I'm going to ink my edges like I always do. I'm going to try to show 3 or 4 different styles of tags in this particular video. Since we have 6 of these in the kit. Now, I am going to sew this, so I'm just going to use a little bit of adhesive down the center because I don't want to gunk up my machine. I'm going to be sewing around here, so I put the adhesive in the center, and that will help hold it on there too while I'm sewing. Okay. And then I think I brought some ribbon over. I think I would like a piece of ribbon across the top. This first one's just going to be a nice simple one. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's get the sewing machine over here. And change the lighting. Where's the on-off button? Oh, it's on the side. Just because I moved the sewing machine from its normal place, now I just don't even know where the on-off button is. That's silly. Okay. So I wish I had changed my thread to brown before I started this, because I have white in there, but that's okay. I'll use the white and I'll do a zigzag. Okay. And I'm going to start along the top of the tag. In the previous video I told you a little bit more detail about sewing onto paper, so I'm not going to do all of the I'm not going to say it all again because I don't want to bore you to death. Lift the wheel up and all right. It kind of crinkled up the ribbon at the top there because I'm really working at a funky angle here, but I don't really mind. I could put a button there or anything. Doesn't really matter to me. So there's our first tag. Nice dapper old gentleman. I think I would like to take a little piece of washi tape, which I didn't bring over. Hang on. Just put a little piece of washi tape at the top. If I can find the end, where is it? There it is. Can cover the hole or not, doesn't matter. Can always poke the hole back out later if you want. Okay, a little piece of washi tape at the top. And there we go. Very sweet tag, except for my boo-boo here. You know what I can do? Actually just snip that thread that's pulling it. There. There. Okay. So there's one thing that we can do, and I like the back too. If you want this to be double-sided, you could put a little something in the center of here too. So there's one style. And then how about if I show you what to do if you don't have a sewing machine or you don't want to sew. It's so simple. You can just go down through with a ruler and just maybe about 1/4 of an inch from the end. This is an old scrapbook technique. Everybody knows this one. So maybe more of 1/8 of an inch from the end. Just go down with a black gel pen or a black marker and make little lines. And it looks really nice. I used to do this in scrapbooking all the time when I was into scrapbooking. I still like scrapbooking. I don't know. I'm just not into the big 12 by 12 size anymore. And I used to be. I should get back into it because I have a whole bunch of family photos that I need to do something with. There, so that looks just as nice and just as vintage, I think. Now, I also wanted to try putting a doily on with another image. It doesn't all have to, it can overhang the tag. You don't have to have everything within the confines of the tag, especially in a junk journal, and if you're not going to slip it into something. Let's make this one, and then we could actually just tape down the bottom and have it be a tuck spot, or we could stick it right onto the page. So I do like this. I'm personally going to go ahead and sew this, but I think I'm going to round the corners on this first. And of course, I'm going to ink my edges. Ow! I just clunked my head on my light, which is in the wrong place, not where I'm used to it being. Now, in another class, when I get down to really doing the final touches, I might decorate these more. Right now, I'm just trying to capitalize on the fact that I have my sewing machine up here and get the basics down on these tags, okay? So we can still add more layers to these if we want to later on. Oops, my needle's down. Still, yeah. Oh, it's really awkward standing up sewing. Ah. All right, I'm ready. Okay, so there's another one. Like I said, I wish I had used brown thread, but that's okay. I like it. And you know what? I can always use my ink and kind of ink it up too, just to take the bright white away from it and make it a little bit more neutral tone. It's probably not going to kind of show on the camera. I need more ink. This is Tim Holtz Vintage Photo. It's my favorite. I use it for everything. Okay, and there's another tag. So we have two. then another thing you can do is have a tag with a tuck spot. So take it and fold it up. Just let's see, I just folded it up about 1.5 inches. And then we can just decorate it. I like this. It says memoranda on it. It's a piece of, it's a Tim Holtz scrap. Sorry, the lighting is not good with my craft room moved around. But let's cut that down to 2¼ by 1¼ ink it up. Okay. Also, before we sew this down, I like to ink the edges. It's easier. All right, so again, I'm just going to put adhesive in the middle where, ouch, I just hit the light again. I am such a dork. My husband says, you make me so nervous. I'm always banging into things. So then you move things and they're not in their right place. I'm even more of a disaster. Yeah, I was thinking of making this more decorative, but we can do that in another video. And then let's put a little image peeking out of here. Let's see what we've got. I'm using just miscellaneous Tim Holtz scraps. In your kit, everybody gets different images. So I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can do with some of these Tim Holtz things or out of your own paper scraps. 1, 2, is that? No, that wouldn't show very well. Oh. Just looking for a scrap that would look good. I like that. Okay. So I'm going to cut that down. It doesn't have to be all the way down to here, but I'm just going to go ahead and fill this. So that's going to be 2¼ by 2½. So that will go in here. Okay. Ink up. All right, I'm moving the light. It's just obviously too close to my head. Let's just tape down the middle. Okay, so that's on there. Got the little memoranda on there, and I'm going to sew. I need to take it off of zigzag though. Oop. Okay, let's move this back over. Okay. You know what? I think what's happening is, let me try one more thing. Sorry, guys. Let me try autofocus. There. There we go. It's working a little bit better. Okay, so there's our little tiny tuck spot made out of the craft paper. What else? We can sometimes I like to have a tag on a tag. Why don't we do something like that? So we have this little strip left over. We can make a tag out of that and put it on here. Let's see if I have any paper that would accommodate that. You can use the scrapbook paper in the kit or whatever scrapbook paper you have around. I think that's pretty. So again, it was 2.5 by what? I forget. 2.5 by 3 3/4. I want a little bit of a border. Okay, let's ink that up. Just a little bit of adhesive down the center. Okay, and then if you're using one of my kits, where are my embellishments? I'm missing part of my kit since I moved everything around. Maybe it's in here. Ah, some of it's in here. Okay. You got 3 pieces in your kit. You received the big paper pack, the canvas corp, fun stuff, and then a little teeny one of these. And in this pack, mine's practically empty. All the stuff fell out, I think. In this pack, you have some little tags that I made. Mine all fell out. And everybody's are different colors, but here's some smaller tags. That one's a little big for this, though, I think. But there are also some little teeny weeny ones. Let's find some of those smaller ones. And there are also some little tag toppers that can be folded over like this. So let's grab one of those. Okay. There's just so much in here, so much fun stuff. So I think this one's a little big, at least for me anyway. You know what? This is probably the right size to go in here. Could do that. It's the perfect size for that, actually. So we'll do that. And then you have a whole bunch of teeny weenies. Teeny weeny tags. Well, I shouldn't say a whole bunch. You've got at least 3 smaller ones. So use one of these. We can use maybe that or the round one. Or this one. I think maybe this one is the one I'll use. Punch my little hole out. So maybe I want to put it there. I don't know if I'm going to use this. Nah, I won't use this piece right now. But I'm going to put that on there. After I sew it, I'll put a brad through there. You could also put a piece of ribbon. So let me just ink this up and then sew it. This time, I never quite get this right, but it's still fun to try. I'm going to do a zigzag, but I'm going to try to have it wrap around the edge. And so let me try this zigzag and see how that works. So that it really depends on your sewing machine as to whether or not you have a zigzag that will do this, and where you set your paper in relation to the foot. You'll have to experiment with that. Since every sewing machine's different, there's only so much I can guide you with. These are more or less just design ideas I'm trying to give you. So I think if I go here, that's going to work. Let's see. I think it's kind of working. Whoops! Standing and sewing, not a good thing. It didn't quite work. I didn't have it over far enough. It sort of worked on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. And then let me get a brad. I like these little brads that I have. This is going to be way too small to show you on the camera, but I have these little brads and they look like buttons. So I think I'm going to put that in here. Okay, so that's a sweet little tag with a tag on it, and we'll probably decorate this a little bit more. Maybe put a little something here, maybe something at the top. It does need more ink. Okay. And then, let's see. I had something on my computer here that I wanted to do, I think. No, I guess not. That's okay. So let's We have 2 more. I'm looking in my supplies here. They're a little thin for the Tim Holtz bingo cards. But this is a nice paper. I think what I'll do is just cover these and sew around the edges very simply, and then when we get to decorating and embellishing all of the pages, we'll embellish these more. I think that's the thing to do, because I want to get this sewing machine off my desk. Yeah, okay, so it was 2 1/4 by, 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, right? 3 3/4. Let's do 4 this time. I'm going to do them both the same. Well, no, I have this piece here I like. I'm going to do a piece of this and a piece of this old newsprint. Ink them up. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other piece of craft paper that's in the kit yet. I might make some bookmarks. I might make some library pockets. So I probably will make a pocket or 2. Just adhesive down the middle. And let me try a different stitch. What do I want to use? Here's a fancy one that I've never used before. It's fun to experiment with the different stitches. Ooh, this one is all woven. Oh, it's caught. Something's happening. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to... That's a big mess. I'll probably just cut that off and resize and make it a smaller tag. How about if we do that? It's all good. Let me try this again. That's better. This sewing machine has 100 different stitches. Some of them are really fancy. Hey, I like that stitch. Wow, I hope you're going to be able to see it. Doesn't that look nice? Maybe look better on this side and you can kind of see it better. I like that. Okay. Let's try a different stitch for this one. There, I like that one too. I didn't stitch it very well. The paper was kind of moving all over the place, but that's a nice stitch. Very messy on my part, but I like that in a junk journal, like I said. So a person like myself who doesn't sew very well, it's still all good as far as I'm concerned. So there's some different stitches that you can try. Can do a tag on a tag. Can do a little pocket and put a little tag in it. We did some layering, so we've got the doily with the little journey tag or journey journaling spot there. And then an old vintage photograph with some lace and washi tape. So there's just 6 tags you can make with your kit. Just can't say enough how economical this kit is, how much you get in this kit. And you get things like Glimmer Mist that you are going to be able to use like 100 times, not just for this kit. You get and the bonus tool, the bonus antiquing tool that's in there that everybody got for free. So there you go. So I'm getting ready. Oh, I forgot about my little mini mistake one too. I'm getting ready to put my sewing machine back in its allotted spot and get my room back in order so that I can do a few more videos. But I hope you enjoyed some ideas of what to do with the Kraftex in your kit, and just some different ways that you can sew tags, or even if you don't have a sewing machine, you can just go down like I did here and draw those little lines in, and it looks really lovely too. So okay, let me know if you have any questions below. Remember to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos in this series. You can click the little bell too, and it will notify you when I'm going live, because most of these a lot of these videos are going to be live because it's more fun for me. I get to interact with you all. So thank you so much for watching, and have a really great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.